United, but he still won 3 trophies. That's a real fuck up.
Yeah, it is because of how we went out.
That's a fuck up.
It's because of how we went out.
That's a fuck up, bro. That's a fuck up.
If your expectations are all the way up here and you don't meet them,
he didn't win the big one. He came close, but he did not win the big one.
That's a pipe dream right there, Jose to Milan.
Hey, if someone's won it 3 times, you would expect them to win a 4th.
There's people who win. There's people who win nothing and are considered fuck ups, but he's considered a fuck up. That's just
he knows what it. Like
terminology's all off.
We talked about last night. The winning mentality, right? When you're a champion, you have a different type of mentality.
No, he does. It's the board, man. At AC Milan, I think it's not just the coach who's fucking up. It's the people
Milan
above.
Shit.
That's like
got that extra bike if you want.
As a coach, you've already done it. You know what it takes. That stepping stone. Tuchel doesn't have that stepping stone. All he's like, hard. Like, Instagram, get it off.
Get it off.
Bullshit.
Gattuso can only take you so far, man. Exactly. For sure. Gattuso can only take you so far.
He's better on the field than in the
ding,
charge.
Ding, ding. Boxing Day, bitches.
Damn.
PFC 277. We got Tiki in the house. We got Snacks in the house. We got Al in the house.
Hey.
And this is Tom on the mic right now. What a day.
What a day, man. City best day of the year.
City lose 2 in a row.
You literally said it. It was so funny. You literally said it Sunday. You were like, they got one more in them. If they lose one more, it's over. It's fucking over, man.
Dude, the only saving grace they have is their game against Liverpool. I think it's January 3rd or 4th.
It's a must-win. It's become a must-win game.
That's probably the championship game.
9
if
points.
Liverpool goes 9 points.
10 points
it'll be 10,
City.
Yeah, 10 points on City. Good call. If they go 10 points clear, bro, now they got room to
We still have Spurs. Spurs are the hope.
Spurs are second.
You know they're going to sputter at the end.
Spurs are second right now.
They're going to sputter at the end like they always do.
Liverpool might. Liverpool, a.k.a. Shitpool, still undefeated somehow. Clean sheet today on Boxing Day. Yeah, it's up to them at this point, man. If you're top of the table at Christmas, now it's all gonna be everything's gonna be related back. Oh, top of Christmas, finished 4th. Come 38 games. It's gonna be referenced back every time. If you're bottom of the league at Christmas, they'll reference it. Top of the league at Christmas, they'll reference it. And this is the first time since 2002 that Liverpool have led the league by at least 6 points. So this is a landmark.
Dude, this is big. If they choke, this is their legacy.
Well, the pressure is on Liverpool now. They are the new title favorites.
Absolutely.
So what do you do? Look, Spurs have been in a similar situation where they were riding high, crumbled underneath it. Liverpool have also been in this situation. Gerrard slipped.
Well, now City are slipping under the pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the complacency we've talked about from last year. Yep. Already title winners. What do you have left to prove? There's that cutthroat mentality. You lose the cutting edge a little bit.
You do, man. It's hard to stay motivated. Yeah,
they're still good enough to be top of the league.
Yeah, it's hard to stay motivated 38 games, man. Especially the way they won last year, breaking 11 records.
Yeah, they went it was crazy.
Because back then people were like, well, this is back then as in like a few months ago, back in the summer, people were like, is this the greatest team that's ever been in the Premier League?
I mean, it was. To be fair,
you're historically, stat-wise, of course. But like now, like you see them, like this is what I was talking about. Like when I get frustrated watching United play City, or like pretty much any team playing City at this point, it's if you attack them out wide, you will get results. Not like every single time. Like Fabian Delph with the red card today. That Ricardo Pereira goal was nice.
Yeah,
that was special.
That was a pain. Did I hate on this dude that hard?
No, you didn't. You didn't, but you just didn't get excited with him, bro. I'm butthurt you didn't get excited with him. He's out here doing step-overs, scoring on champions.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing work.
He's right where
he's exactly where he should be. But I'm excited that he put Danny Simpson out of a job. No hate on Simpson.
He's nice at FIFA.
He's nice, man. This Portuguese dude's been doing work for a few years, man.
Look, I may be wrong, but I believe he may have been on Inter at one time. Or was that the wrong Pereira? Uruguayan Pereira. Maybe I'm thinking of. But that's kind of who he reminds me of. That fullback who used to play on Inter.
Icon, maybe? Is who you're thinking of?
No, he's a Pereira.
Marcelo?
Marcelo.
But look, for me, Pep now has been referred to as like the Tinker Man a little bit. The Delph red card was legit, but we look at this back line. Danilo's end was the first time KDB was starting all season. So that's why I don't want to get overhyped about Man City and like looking down on their season. Their talisman has been starting for the first game of the league. Yeah, they do lose 2-1 to a Leicester City team who's really trying to hit them on the break.
Man, so they call him the talisman, man. And that annoys me because if you watch him last year, there was no talisman about it. And I think they're paying the price this year. These guys have so many miles on their legs. They basically played, what was it, like almost 50 games last year, including like
Cup
competitions. You're seeing Aguero falling apart. He had most of these players had World Cups too. So it was always going to be a step
Belgium
back.
had a deep run with De Bruyne as well.
Belgium had a deep run. Aguero, with Argentina had, a lot of work to do.
England had a deep run with John Stones.
Absolutely,
Kyle
man. It
Walker.
Sterling.
Yeah, so many players, man. So it happens when you win the league. The next year, mentally, first of all, is challenging, but just the amount of legs. So, he has to rotate. You can't play an aging David Silva another 50 games.
But is he
this
rotating
year.
too much?
I think. Man,
He can get away with it though. He has gotten away with it. Up until the last, he's 3 losses the last 4 games.
That's it.
But I mean, especially now with the Christmas period, you have to rotate.
And if De Bruyne was healthy from the start of the season,
Different story.
they would have been fine. De Bruyne now is working his way back in. It was
If
still the same
Mendy
city.
could stay fit,
Mendy could stay fit. It's still the same city, guys. They still had 65% possession. The only difference is that Leicester were clinical. That's what it comes down to. So whenever I'm panics and calls Pep the Tinkerman, the system is still the same. This was, again, like last week when they lost 1-0. This was just a game where they just lost, man. They're human. They're going to make mistakes, but they still dominated. They still had chances to tie and maybe even win this game.
that just comes down to them being cowish in front of net
That's
as
it.
opposed to...
it comes down to Mark Albrighton, best header of the season.
Let's
Dude,
get
if
it.
Any kids out there watching, man, this is how you head a ball. Back where it came from, he got all the ball around it. Incredible header. And you saw, what's his name?
Madison.
James Madison celebrating with him. He's like, holy shit, dude. You can see in his face, how'd you do that?
believe it, yeah.
That was incredible. That's not you.
It's
this is
unstoppable.
But
Yeah.
Jamie Vardy providing the assist on that goal. And it was to get back. City opened up the scoring early through, what's his name? Bernardo Silva.
Beautiful City goal, too.
Yeah,
typical
David
City
Silva
goal.
to Bernardo
Break him
Silva.
down.
I think it was Aguero dime, actually.
Yeah, it was
Or
Aguero.
Aguero. Yeah, no, I saw
David
the
did
blonde
his stuff,
hair. He looked like he had the shaved head.
But man, Leicester come back from 1-0 down too. That's the impressive part about this. When City go up, usually everyone capitulates. It's all right, we're down 1. Let's keep the score respectable. Leicester with a never die attitude.
Claude
and now
Puel.
two in a row for them. They take down
Chelsea
last
and
week,
then City.
and now City. And there were rumors about Claude Puel's job being in trouble.
Vardy being upset.
Vardy's
Got a
upset.
goal and a dime now.
That's Huss.
But
That's
the
just
pundits,
Huss.
but the pundits, for me, at least there was a pundit who's basically, I forget if it was one of the Robbies, said he couldn't believe that this dude's job is rumored to be in trouble. He's completely revamping
That's why,
everything,
because
man.
he's trying to change the culture.
But I think that's
You know?
important.
But
The culture
that's
is-
what you want to do. We saw at Stoke City, Pulis when they try and convert his style. Mark Hughes when certain clubs have identities. Some of them aren't that pretty. Leicester City, not that pretty. Very direct, very one-dimensional. Claude Puel trying to class it up a bit. Play possession football, pass the ball.
Yeah, trying to change.
It's progressive.
Exactly.
It's more just the concept of change. People don't like change.
Agreed.
Anywhere you go,
Yeah.
people just don't like change. People they have a set way of doing
You
things.
telling me I'm an Arsenal fan? Wenger? How long did it take to change that?
No, but you're happy. That's different. That's a good change. But if things are at a nice level, like Leicester surprised people winning the league, still doing their thing, still entertaining. Maybe the possession-based football isn't as nice as compared to, running and gunning, Jamie Vardy scoring 7 games in a row, stuff like that. But it's positive change, and it takes a while, especially with a team that doesn't have the talent like a Leicester. And it's no disrespect to Leicester, but Wes Morgan's 40 years old now.
Yeah.
Jamie Vardy's the only superstar of that big 3 that's around.
It's a different team.
Gasper.
And by the
Gasper.
way, they fired the manager who won them the league, so they can't now blame Puel for trying to change the culture. You fired the guy who built in the culture. The league, the year after they won, they finished 9th, and this dude got fired.
Yeah, thinking back on that, I think that's more just them just getting too excited. They won the league. And they're you know what? There's no reason why we can't. Exactly, that's what happened.
Yeah,
I don't
got
think.
greedy.
I don't think it was more okay, we're not happy with the way we're playing. We're not happy about. It's okay, you're not taking us to what we took. It was a shock to everybody, and people have to factor in the rest of the league as well was down. every Big Six team.
Oh yeah, when Leicester won it.
And that's the thing. The Leicester board, the Leicester hierarchy did not understand that.
Yeah.
Where we see it was okay, Man United finished in 5th. Spurs had a nice run. Arsenal finished.
Spurs were the only challengers that year to Leicester. Up
Exactly.
until I think February and March, then they
Arsenal
stumbled and fell off.
And then who finished in
Arsenal.
6th that year? Liverpool weren't the Liverpool that we see now. You know what I mean? They were
And more importantly, that next season they lost Conte, and everyone thought this was the ranking. It was Vardy, Mahrez, then Conte. But looking back, it was clearly Conte.
Probably
Mahrez, Vardy. You could argue those two back and forth.
Who had 25 goals?
Yeah, but like who
won
Player
of the Year?
midfield, bro?
Who won PFA Player of the Year?
Chelsea. Who helped them win the league?
No.
Back-to-back
I'm
years.
talking Mahrez, Vardy. No, Conte's number one. I'm talking on the second spot.
Well, Mahrez won PFA Player of the Year.
Mahrez ran that right side, lots of assists, creative play, but who had 25 goals?
Who's that Man City now, bro?
Who won 11 games in a row scoring goals?
I mean, Vardy did, but at the same time,
who could have gone to Arsenal?
I think Mahrez had 14 and 11.
He could have.
I think Mahrez had like 14
He'd be there right now.
But no one was...
Look, is there any doubt that Mahrez is technically the better player?
Oh, absolutely.
No, we're not.
I think he's talking about the
overall, the play, the
impact.
ranking. So you can rank technicality, you can rank 25 goals. We're saying overall the ranking. Conte, who's second for you, bro?
I'll tell you.
Be Vardy, mate. It's gotta be.
Give it a
Here's my logic.
Mahrez is a better player, but Vardy was like it's a different type of.
You don't have a number 9.
Here's my logic for it. In my opinion, I think Mahrez just.
Number 2?
Yeah, number 2 for sure.
Yeah,
and this is the way I see it. It's like if
Hasi-Raya. Need the tiebreaker.
If you have Conte and Vardy, you are going to draw.
I'm going to text him right now.
You have Vardy and Conte, you're going to draw a lot more games as opposed to having Vardy and Mahrez. So like I'm not saying you can
unlocks defense.
Yeah, I don't think you can just plug anybody into Vardy's position and expect 25 goals.
Hell no.
But I think they had Okazaki that season.
Yeah.
If you put Okazaki in there,
you kidding me? Huss would back you with this
you
one.
would get like 10 goals or something like that.
Dude, Vardy was just all they do is kick the ball over the top of the defense, and then they'd expect a goal. Vardy would create a lot of his goals just from running onto the ball.
But a lot of their goals were from coming from the right hand side of Mahrez, literally cutting in.
No doubt, he had dimes. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's hard to say, but even the work rate of a Jamie Vardy, I think it
shows
the type of steal that Leicester was.
You like Lukaku, right?
Yeah.
Do you think if you swapped out Vardy and Lukaku in that system, Lukaku can go over the top too? By the way, he's got pace, power. How many goals? Not 25, but how many?
Two different players. I think Lukaku's impact wouldn't come near
I think
to Vardy's.
Better,
yeah. I mean, he'd get 15 to 20 goals, but the
not
impact,
25.
the closing down of defenders, the cheering up the fans, the little story with the arm cast, how it was broken, and he's come back. And I don't know. There's so many storylines with that guy, man. But let's wrap this one up.
The big story here is that Man City stumbles around 3 losses in the last 4 after going undefeated up until a couple weeks ago.
Beautiful.
Pep Guardiola, the heat is on, looking a little stressed in the post-match tunnel.
They said it took him an hour to come out and do the quick post-match interview.
He's not get fined.
He's losing.
He's just there not to get fined. Shout out to Marshawn Lynch.
I mean,
Peace mode.
He said himself they're still in it to win, which they are technically.
Course,
They still have championship points, but they're trailing by 7, which is ridiculous at
6,
this point. It just shows you how good Liverpool are doing.
For sure, and undefeated Liverpool.
And undefeated, which is
Liverpool,
we're getting into next.
Man, playing
Liverpool.
champagne football.
Liverpool 4-0 against the Toon Army at Anfield.
Mo Salah.
Never much of a question about this. Mo Salah, biggest diving bitch.
I wish Huss was here. Conveniently, he's out,
God.
dude. He's the number one complainer.
Yeah, bro.
About
I think
That goal turned the tide. That penalty, it was 1-0. Newcastle still can nip a goal there, but after that penalty was in 2-0, over.
Before then, I mean, Lovren hits an amazing on the half volley, slices it into the roof of the net.
Best defender in the world.
He called it right there.
Self-proclaimed.
Aggressive.
Where you at,
aggressive.
Virgil?
But
Where you
Salah
at,
didn't
Virgil?
do shit all first half. Like, he was just off the pace. And then second half, it's like Klopp had a team talk. He starts running right at defenders, and he earns that soft-ass PK you're talking about, man. And look, at first I saw it, I thought there was no contact. And the contact is that he gets his arm pulled.
You know why
but it is a simulation.
It's diving.
Is it worth a yellow card?
No. It's not even
So
worth
it's
it's not
a
even
foul
worth
going
it.
out.
So
It's a foul going out.
Or it's just play
or
on.
play on if
Well, that's my problem. If you're not going to call a foul, if you're going to call foul for no penalty, then it has to be a dive or it has to be a yellow card or something.
I was about
right?
to say, if you're going to say it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
dive,
that's a fair
then
point.
is it worth a
That's a
yellow
fair
card?
point.
I've seen it called and it's just a free kick out. Though.
Yeah,
I've seen it
that's
happen
a fair
before.
point. Fair point.
But if you're going down with minimal contact.
That's what it was. That's the
Dude,
thing.
and
That's
if,
why I
if
don't.
that was on his leg, like if he got tapped
leg's
on his
different
leg
story.
and went down,
Different story.
different story. But he got tugged, like not even tugged. I want to say he got touched on the arm and like
Hands in the
grabbed.
Yeah, no, it was
Not even like spun around.
legit. It was a dive. There was the tiniest of contact
Moral of
there,
the
but he
story,
didn't
fuck
care.
Salah, bro.
Salah will take
your
the
favorite
goal
player of all time.
all day, man.
He kind of did a little sly celebration after he scored the PK. He
was
looked
smiling.
at the fans. Oh, the cop end. at the end there, they were just, it was wild. It was like,
they
you ever
love
play like, I think it was like FIFA 16 or 17 and you score and you like look at the crowd. It's like people literally just jumping over people. And that's what it looked like. And he's just like basking and he's just like, you know what, I'm just this good.
Dude, speaking of Salah real quick, man, a little side story here. There's an Israeli forward who Liverpool are looking at signing, and rumors came out today that Salah basically said, if you bring an Israeli in here, I'm out.
Big Bird.
Look, I want to say this is alleged. The story was rather thin, so I don't know if I'm just spreading garbage. But man, if this is true, holy shit, what a twist.
Damn, what's Yossi Benayoun think of this, man? I mean, ex-pool player there.
If that is true, man, that's a deep cut because that's crazy. Like
I saw it on Bleacher Report, man. So like they don't. It's not like I saw it on the Sun.
They joke around
anything
a lot.
Crazy.
Well, the Bleacher Report they get their reports from like the Sun, the Guardian.
Yeah,
stuff
but
like
that one wasn't.
I think. All right, here's the thing with that because like as a Muslim speaking here, I could say, like, when it comes to that conflict and stuff like that, I'm gonna keep it buck with you. I don't pay attention. Like I'm like as
ignorant son of a bitch.
I'm as westernized as you can be, but like my family, and I'm not trying to say my family's racist towards Israeli people, but like it is actually personally it's personally affected them because my parents are like immigrants from Jordan, and like especially now with all the Palestinian immigrants going into Jordan, it just affects them when they go visit their like my direct family over there and stuff like that. So like I can understand technically what Mo Salah is thinking about, but that, and like I'm not going to say he's not loyal because he's loyal to his people,
no doubt.
But he's not loyal to Liverpool. Which, listen, bring this guy in Liverpool. I'm down 100. I am down because
turning the season around.
Right now, if that were to happen, and this is true, and Mo Salah was like, yeah, like I'm out. I would not be opposed to Mo Salah saying I'd like to go to like a Man City,
You know what? I was not even expecting this angle, guys. Like this one got me a little bit in the tiz here, but man, if like the season,
so when he was at
the season could turn around.
When he was at Basel, he avoided shaking hands with a Tel Aviv player in a Champions League game. So like this is not,
it's not unfounded.
It's not outside of Salah to do.
That's what I'm saying. So
he actually said it,
so now this is your best player, and again, man, this is not to justify
it's crazy,
not
man.
bringing in an Israeli player, but this could change Liverpool's season if one were to come in.
Yeah, so this is reported by the Mirror. It's on 101 Greatest Goals. It's on the Independent. Like it's everywhere. So I don't know if it's legit. Again, I want to say this is alleged. Like this is just a hot.
This is what happens when you're riding on top. Man, they all want to come for you.
There's always something.
Come for your downfall.
Always something.
It's just strange, man, because it's strange you taking it to that point if that is true. Because I mean, you know, Lebanon's my country, and if there's anyone who has beef with Israel, it's Lebanon. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to avoid anyone who's Jewish or especially someone who's Israeli.
Let's say this, right?
Or not
so let's say Henderson, or not even Henderson. Who's important?
If you're an extremist, then I'll have a problem.
Let's say De Bruyne at Man City basically says if a black player comes to
City,
that's what it's.
I'm gonna leave. It's
crazy.
Similar. Obviously, it's race and ethnicity. It's different, but like it's basically
the idea is the same. I think the intensity level is a little different, though. I think. I mean,
the blacks and whites have a great history, bro. Intensity is the same, dude. Intensity is the same. Look, it's not necessarily like a. It's not
as long as it doesn't matter. You know, it's not as violence. You know, it's not as far back. You know, it's not biblical. All right,
but it's not biblical.
It might have been, dude, with the slaves and stuff. Like America wasn't the first to grab slaves from Africa. Like that's an old
the Jews were the first slaves. You know, according to history.
Yeah, I played Assassin's Creed. They depicted in like the old
Assassin's Creed.
We're going deep.
Keeping it on Salah though, his goal today keeps it. He scored in 10 separate Premier League games this season. He's got 12 in the season in the Prem, but 10 different games he scored. And you know, everyone's saying 18 games he scored in 10. 12 goals altogether. But everyone's saying he's not performing this and that. But he's got assists as well.
Yeah, he banked that corner kick. He whipped it across.
He's been consistently producing 1 game off, 2 games off, goal. One game off, goal.
But this Liverpool team does not concede goals. That, to me, is the really thing. That's the thing that is showing me that they can be champions. Yeah, they're playing a beautiful brand of football going forward, but at home, they barely concede. I believe they had like 7 goals against or something like that.
They're undefeated for 21 months at Anfield.
That's ridiculous. Since Virgil showed up.
Yeah.
At Anfield. That goes search his past.
Yeah, that goes before.
But Salah also has 6 assists, man. So he's 12 goals, 6 assists, 18 games. He's involved in 18 goals in 18 games. Yeah.
I mean, you know what's funny?
I think he's hitting his marks from last year.
And what's funny is
at
that
number
like,
9 position, by the way.
we keep
Firmino,
mentioning
get
that
out.
like Huss keeps mentioning like they need a center back. Like I don't know how, but like Tom
They
just said
don't-
it, they don't concede goals. Like it
They
doesn't
could use one though.
because
absolutely they would be locked down. They would
Listen,
be like
Snacks. If they don't win the league, if they should win the title this year, if they don't, they need a center back. If they should go to the semifinals, Champions League, or the final, if they don't, they need a center back. You know?
and it's a just in case. It's a
You
band-aid
gotta
center
push
back.
on.
They have Lovren, who's
Lovren's off the bench.
You go lockdown, you bring in Koulibaly, and you say, this is it. We're building a team for the next 3 years. We're going to win the league this year. Next year, we're going back in the Champions League, and we're taking it. Lovren is perfect off the bench.
So
You
not a
don't-
Klavan.
No, bro. You double down.
Not a
Now's the time you
Matip.
double
No.
down because you're
Okay.
on top. That's why City went out and spent 150 on fullbacks. They
see
didn't
what you're
need to,
saying.
but like you got to double down, man, when you're this hot.
yeah, and that's the
And
thing.
everyone wants to come play for your club right now when you're hot, so why not take
Yeah.
advantage?
And I think Klopp is also doing a great job of like this guy's got so many different styles. The high press, which made them famous for
Yep.
last season. You know, just kind of not sitting back, but like like cooling off from the high press and
Yep.
just being tactical about it. And like people like Gigi Wijnaldum, people I've written off. Not saying like because I never rated Gigi
dare
Wijnaldum.
you.
I mean, it's just that like when everybody
He
was
goes
coming,
unseen. He goes unseen.
Unsung hero.
when people were coming in like Keita and Fabinho, shout out to Fabinho for getting his first goal this season and his first Premier League goal.
Yeah.
When you see those names coming in, and you're like, all right, who's the odd man out? Like that with us now, I'm like, all right, Herrera is now the odd man out. So like, if we were to bring in a center midfielder, like either Herrera or Fellaini are the guys that would go. With Liverpool, like it unfortunately, like you can't sell Hendo. 'cause
yes,
the
you
club-
can. Fuck
They
Hendo.
brought
Get
Keita
him
in
You can't
for
sell.
Hendo because of his heel. That's it. Like,
But
Wijnaldum was always going to own that position. You saw him last year, started most of the time, perfect every time. The only criticism was he didn't have goals in his game.
He plays too deep though. He's too busy covering everyone's ass.
But
You
like
know?
that's
The thing is-
what Liverpool needs. That's part of their defense is that now they have Fabinho, who's a bit of an attacking.
That's who I
defensive
think
mid.
they brought in for Henderson was Fabinho, who's a
Yeah.
little bit more
Keita's
defensive.
supposed to be the
Then I think
box-to-box
Milner's.
guy.
I think Naby was the replacement for Coutinho. Actually, even though he's not a traditional number 10, he can get
I
on the
think
ball. He
Shaqiri
can go
was the
forward a little
replacement
bit.
for Coutinho.
I think Shaqiri was like if Salah gets
a
hurt,
bonus player.
which is what we saw. I think it was just depth, and that's why I credit this Liverpool team because now the way Klopp is blending them, man. I mean,
That's why I don't think he was a cover guy.
No, but
I think he
like-
was like an additional. I think they brought him with purpose to use him, not as
100%.
cover.
100%.
Like my point is that like Wijnaldum, like from his time at Liverpool and Newcastle, he was a guy that would kind of just you'd blow by like, oh, Wijnaldum, he's nothing. But like he is so integral to this team.
Dude,
Like
I've always
he's
loved him,
one of
honestly,
the first.
man.
Like
Yeah.
when you think of people who say like the first names on the team sheet and stuff
Him,
like
dude.
that.
Consistent.
I feel like
Virgil.
Klopp is like Wijnaldum, Alisson, Van Dijk. Those are the three.
100%.
He's picking
Like,
up on
even
them.
though and Salah, like Mane, Firmino,
Those guys
Shaqiri,
can be rotated,
you can be
yeah.
rotated out, like Hendo, obviously as well.
Dude, you don't have a championship winning team. It's obviously he's more defensive at his club, but Fernandinho, you know what I mean? Like he's obviously playing a proper defensive mid. But or you could say David Silva last year when De Bruyne was getting all the plaudits. David Silva was integral to that team, and he showed
no
it this
doubt.
year.
No
now
doubt.
it's more obvious this year because De Bruyne has been out. But
kind
last year he wasn't getting as much heat as everyone else around him. Wijnaldum, bro, top 5 center mid in the world for me. I'm going that
Top
route.
five?
Top 5.
Wow.
He goes unsung. There's
Midfield,
megs-
center mid.
Midfield. There's no megs
Center
in
mid.
his game. Center mid. True
Wow.
number
Top 5.
8.
we have to
Back
come
and
back
forth.
to you.
Wow.
Off the
Top
top of my head right away,
So
it sounds
is Tony
outlandish.
Kroos in that category then?
Oh, 100%. Tony
Yeah,
Kroos
it's,
is
Okay,
it's
so
debatable.
that's the
In my
position.
top
That's
five-
the-
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, yeah.
KDB,
That's the
and
Kroos
you're
isn't
not
exact-
saying in form. Or you're just saying
I'm saying
this-
the importance of this guy. He could be put on Real Madrid and do this job. He could be put on PSG and do a
I could
job.
nullify
He
that.
could
I could
go
nullify that top
anywhere.
5 claim in 2 seconds, but we'll
Go
move
ahead.
on. We'll
Oh.
move on.
I don't
Weird.
think.
All right,
so.
fair
I don't
enough,
think
man.
so.
We'll save it for another day, man.
keep it moving.
Conte,
keep it
Tony
moving.
Kroos.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tony Kroos and Conte aren't better than the Wijnaldum.
Modric.
Look, top 5. That's why I didn't say top 1.
Modric
Top
right
5.
there. I mean, Lucas Torreira.
Modric,
Yeah, that's 3
let's
right
get
there. You
real.
named 3.
KDB's another one.
Kevin De Bruyne,
Not this year.
Pogba.
Pogba.
5. I
Pogba.
hate
No,
Pogba.
no.
Nah, he hates Pogba. He hates
I don't
Pogba
hate
too. Nah.
Pogba, bro. I don't hate Pogba. I hate what he did to my club.
You guys want to? Speaking of Pogba,
Yeah, let's
Here
might
it
as
is,
well.
Pogba.
Pogba.
Might as
Listen,
well.
bro. I've
Might
been
as well.
telling you from time, bro.
tell him snacks.
From time. You can sleep on him. He doesn't play this bullshit Mourinho ball. I'm done with it. I'm done with Mourinho. I'm not gonna get into that, bro. Pogba is the best. I'm going out there and saying he is the best center midfielder on the planet.
What, Luca?
Let me tell you something.
Hey, let me tell you something. Where was he against Southampton? Where was the best?
What was the rest of our team against Southampton? What was the rest of our team?
Boom.
Working around him.
Okay, so So let's just say hypothetically he's not there. Where's Ozil? Like 95% of the
Hey,
game.
why you got to bring in an Arsenal?
I'm just telling you. I'm giving him.
Snacks is the best player in the world. Lose the ball 9 times.
I didn't say he was the best player in the world. I said he's the best center midfielder in the world.
Yeah,
which is arguable. Okay,
what's your job? Say center mid. What's your job? Don't lose the fucking ball. You're in the middle of the goddamn field.
Not score goals.
Don't lose the ball 9 times against the worst team in the league.
I don't know. Fulham is the
Dude, look,
now Fulham is. It was Southampton.
Fucking thank you.
Pogba has been world class. I think what we've learned from Pogba is this: when he's not enjoying his football, he's a shut down.
What does that
you.
mean for me? That means you're a luxury player.
And
Ozil's the same fucking one.
Garnish.
When he's enjoying his football, he's arguably the best center midfielder in the world.
Hold on.
When he feels like it.
When you talk about that, again, I'm harboring on that City game because that was not fun
Dude,
to watch.
Enough, bro. That was not
decades ago. That was not fun to watch.
Is Eden Hazard a luxury player?
No, he's proven he's not.
Sounds like a contradiction, but go ahead.
He's borderline.
Not at all.
He's borderline, but he
proves.
But he holds the ball. He takes hits. He'll fucking work.
Because Chelsea at their worst, right? So with Jose, I understand. Jose was the beef with him, right?
And he was criticized for not working defensively hard.
Agreed.
So that's a parallel to Pogba.
Agreed. But putting the team on his back, we know Hazard does it for Belgium all this, numbers wise, they play through him everything. Pogba this World Cup, he had a solid World Cup. They didn't play everything through Pogba. They didn't. They didn't.
They didn't, but he does dictate
tempo.
You said,
no, he does somewhat. But for France this year, he didn't really, bro. You watch him for France this year. You watch him close. He got 1 goal the whole World Cup. Yeah, no assists, no nothing. In the final,
but he was busting his ass. He was doing what you criticize him for.
No, he got to go in the opener against Australia too.
He was busting his ass.
Okay,
he
maybe
scored
2
then,
goals.
and then he scored in World Cup final.
Yeah, but I'm looking at depth, right? The depth.
I'm just saying that sounds like a contradiction. If our status for a dude, because we look at Jose. And my point is, I think it's Jose. When I'm looking at this Pogba thing, you see Eden Hazard, one of the best players in the world, under Jose. They dropped to 10th. Eden Hazard looks like he's giving up. Cesc Fabregas is a mutiny. Now we look at the same thing with Pogba. Now over time, we've excused Eden Hazard because he's been balling. I think we should give Pogba the same kind of let up and be like, look, under Jose, okay, you were like this. Because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is like, look, this is the boy I know. He's a happy boy. He loves playing football after the match. I think we'll see a different Pogba.
If we see that different Pogba, I'll change my opinion.
Because here's the thing: we never saw Pogba. We never saw that behavior from Pogba before at Juventus, wherever he was.
But we never seen Pogba with this low of talent on a team. Let's face it. I love United. I love my United.
Van Gaal, was he as bad as he was?
He was Jose's.
It was a Jose signing.
Okay, Jose signing.
Look, he's never been on a team this bad, and I love my United, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend we're
y'all are
Juventus
trash. Y'all are trash.
France. Well, we're better than us.
I'm not going to pretend that. I'm not going to pretend that Jose's
scoreboard says not currently. We want to look at scoreboard and numbers. Let's look at the league table.
101, bro. 101.
No, but my point is, it was what was it? 3-1. One. Couple things I learned from this game. Pogba, best midfielder in the world, unreal, just undisputed. Two, I'm very interested to see how Alexis and Lukaku, Lukaku will fit into this team because now we're not playing that. Because when we were playing with Jose with Lukaku on the side, 75% of the time it's Ashley Young getting it at fullback and then just whipping the ball in. Now I'm interested to see when we're actually playing regular football, how it's meant to be played. And my third thing is we're never going to keep a clean sheet. I've given up on that dream. I'm sorry, David.
We're going back to number 3. We need center backs. It's simple in the summer. But going back to your number 2 point with Lukaku, he's a type of guy. He's a cold player. He's isolated a lot. He needs touches. The way Jose plays. Not that you get one touch every fucking 15 minutes.
Jose's
it's not going to be a good touch.
Too. Drogba was the same thing.
Yeah, but Drogba was fucking world class. He could live
mentally
like that.
Strong too.
Lukaku needs a little touch here and there. He needs to get his feet warm, feel the ball.
That's why I'm saying I'm interested.
I think Lukaku will start scoring for you.
And guys. I think that's why I said I'm interested. Listen, I'm never going to be a Lukaku guy. The guy can score 50 goals in a season. Word. I'm just saying, I'll never be a Lukaku
so harsh.
guy.
Wow.
Listen. Tiki says he won't be a Pogba guy no matter what. So it's
for good reason.
You're gonna follow Tiki off the bridge if he walks off? Come on, man.
I'm just saying. But that's why I'm interested to see him in this type of play. Because I can't. It's too early to say it's
praying for his downfall.
We're still in that new manager bounce. We played 2 of the worst teams in the league the past 2 games.
Exactly.
So, who do we have at the weekend? We have another bad team.
Bournemouth, baby.
They're on the slide down.
But they're not a bad team. So, this could be
this
is a mini test. This is a minuscule test.
Yeah.
So with all that in consideration, I like where we're headed. I don't think top 4 is impossible, but I don't think it's probable. And if we keep going and other teams start slipping up, like the cities, like the Chelseas, like the Arsenals, we can catch up. We can make
top 4 is not as ridiculous anymore. It's still improbable, not impossible. It's still improbable. But with Arsenal dropping points, Chelsea kind of got away with one today as well. We'll get into them, but it's looking like a long shot, but like we can't lose to shit teams anymore.
Oh, dude, it's not a long. I mean, technically on paper it might be a long shot,
it's
but
not probable.
We're 8 points behind Chelsea. A lot of games left to play, man. They've been stumbles. Arsenal stumbled today. We're 6 points behind 5th. That's 2 wins. They have to drop 2 wins.
Yeah, but then the rest of the season,
every time you play a top 6 team, we got to take points off. It's as simple as that.
That's what it comes down to. Yeah, even if it's a draw.
And I think you guys, although you won't slip up as much against the lower teams,
we'll have trouble with the bigger teams.
I do think you guys will still have some trouble with those teams.
Which ones? The lower teams or the top 6?
I think they may get caught off guard by a mid-table team, not like a relegation team, by a mid-table team.
Like Leicester or Everton.
Just simply because of your defense.
Look, I think I would agree with you to a certain point, but because of our offense, I think it's going to be untidy games. Yeah. I don't think we'll lose.
We'll lose. We'll take the 6-5 win and then lose 1-0. Like, that's the type
of thing. I think you guys get tired 2-2, like 1-1. Like, I think you can drop points.
Dude, I think based on what I've seen the last few games, as far as like offensive style, we have Pogba, who you just said is one of the best in the world when he's tails up.
No doubt.
I don't see us losing to a Cardiff when he's tails up. Because we have him, we have Rashford, we have Martial. Like one of those guys are individual contributors in that they can take 2 or 3 people on and make magic happen. Dude. That's why I think it's going to be harder. But defense, I think where we'll suffer is playing a Tottenham.
Play Spurs.
When we play the top 6, and usually those are the games we step up for. But I think they will be ready for us.
I think after this time
period. And
their
defense are good.
You're making fun of Arsenal because the new manager bounce is kind of wearing off a little bit, little Christmas period. Yeah. You guys still have your new manager bounce right now, and you're playing shite teams. But I think there will come a point in this season when you realize, like, all right, this shit's kind of over.
March.
That's when I think you're liable to slip up a little bit and drop points.
Disregard the Champions League because in March we play Arsenal, Liverpool, and City. And I'm pretty sure Spurs is thrown in there as well. I could be wrong on that. If we come out with those, and that's 12 points. If we come up with that, like out of that, with 8 points or more, in my opinion,
that if game,
that is when I'm like, okay, like top 4, like we can still go for it. But if we come out and we lose 2 of those games, but we win 2, or we draw 2,
here's the beautiful thing,
and win 1,
you have no pressure on you.
No,
you are again, you're playing with house money, so even if you don't, like, Solskjaer's not going to get fired, Pogba's not going to get let go, so. It's up to you guys. You have to get those points, but to me, there's not a lot of pressure on United.
No,
right?
Especially the way the boys are playing, man. Tiki, you were saying about individually players, man. There was a play, Rashford on the left wing, nuts through the defender, whips a ball in left foot to Diogo Dalot. Almost had the finish. He got hooked at halftime for Ashley Young, but dude, seeing Luke Shaw and Diogo on the full backs, that's what we need. We need youth. We need speed. We need athleticism. We need fucking energy.
The only problem with those two is when I was watching this game, mind you, I was like tuning in and out. I was working today, but there were points where like the wingers on Huddersfield were just burning by Luke Shaw and Dalot. And then like I'm not saying like okay that's them being bad or slow. Like that's Dalot being 11 years old, with coming forward, and that's Luke Shaw like coming back to fitness because he's like recently just come back from an injury. So like I'm not saying like okay like you got to bench them for this, but like the only thing that I'm like concerned about like right now with the Ollie system right now. I don't even know if I want to say
Solskjaer, bro.
Yeah, Solskjaer. The Solskjaer style of play is that we are left a little exposed at the back because, like, what I've noticed.
That's the United way, man. Attack,
no, and that's totally fine. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where we might get caught off. Like, we're like,
it's very similar to City, man. It's like you pick one or the other. Either you're going to be a defensive team or you're going to be an offensive team. What you need is quality in defensive areas, that when you expose 3v2, 4v3. Okay, I got Koulibaly back there. Most likely he's going to win the battle.
Not Phil Jones.
Yeah, Phil Jones is, wow.
Time to go, mate.
It's been time. It's been time. That second goal from Pogba, though. That's like his first, like, 25 yards.
That was near post from, like, 30 out.
For those who don't know Pogba and who've been living under a rock the past, like, 7 years, Pogba is, like, legit famous from Juventus for scoring absolute bangers from outside the box.
Yeah.
3 years later, and that's, like, the first, like, absolute, like, 25-yard shirler he scored for us. Couldn't be more happy. Couldn't be more proud of my guy.
You know what makes me more sick than anything about this game is that everyone just ran over to Pogba and hugged him. The whole team was hugging him on those goals. It made me sick to my stomach.
Why?
Just the fact.
Where was this 5 games ago?
Jose was suppressing it,
but he could shoot still. Jose wasn't saying give the ball away.
Jose was suppressing it.
He's mentally weak.
He is mentally weak.
There might be.
I don't like that.
There might be different ways of getting to people with that. Like, I guarantee you, because they both have pedigree. Like
Jose wasn't.
Solskjaer
had his. I mean, he wasn't innocent by any means. He wasn't entirely.
No,
innocent.
and I'm not blaming Jose for this. What I'm saying now is Solskjaer has pedigree as a player, not as a manager, and Mourinho has pedigree as a manager.
Yeah.
But like maybe the way he was getting to Pogba, like a lot of people don't respond to "you're a virus" and a lot of people.
No, but that was the
final straw.
Like, let's not pretend like that's where.
No. Even in general, how Jose addresses play, it's to call them out.
He was up and down the past 2 seasons as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, I guarantee you, like if Solskjaer came in, he didn't come in as like, yeah, like this is how I want you. He's like, listen, man, you're this good.
They're watering oil. They're watering oil. Pogba and Mourinho.
3 years from now. You know what I mean? Like, it's still early. This is honeymoon for us. I'm loving it.
100%.
Everyone's happy. He's out there praising everyone. When we get pumped 5-0 by Bournemouth, I don't know if he's going to be really... In public, he will be. He won't pull a Jose and call Pogba out. So that I agree with. But in the locker room, he might say, yo, Pogba, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. And hopefully Pogba is man enough to be like, mea culpa, my bad. I'll turn it up next time.
100%. Yeah, no.
That's where my issue is with him. Does he have enough or enough humility?
Accountability.
Is his ego small enough? Like Neymar, you can't call him out. No matter how bad he plays, you can't call that dude out. You can't coach that dude. That's why he's having a hard time ascending to that Ballon d'Or level. We know he's Ballon d'Or talent, but to get there, sometimes you got to take a step back and take criticism. Ronaldo did it his whole career under Fergie. Took criticism from the players, the leaders, the media.
Well. I think we'll see. Because Pogba has shown he has the ability to fit into a successful team and sacrifice, right, with the World Cup.
Successful team,
he did it over 8 games, 12 games, whatever it was. Can he do it over the course of a league? He's shown it at Juventus.
No, but he showed it at Juventus when they won 4 in a row. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Mentally,
but things do have to be going well. And we'll see, maybe at a latter stage in his career, he'll run into those kind of struggles.
Yeah.
If he can bounce back.
This was his first mental test, Manchester United. His first mental test, and he failed
because he's the guy
abysmally.
Because he's the guy. Like Pogba is like you could argue
he was supposed to be the guy. At United, we're not sure yet. Now he's looking like the guy.
I still think he is the guy.
And my opinion is fluid, guys. Like I'm not sitting here saying.
There's a set in stone.
Yeah, man. Like if Pogba puts in 50, I got to take a step back and like give more weight to Mourinho. But as I stand
won't
today,
buy his jersey, won't pat his name.
He'll never be my guy.
Won't chant his name.
He'll never be my guy because we brought him at $100 million.
So you don't think he's a United guy through and through?
No, he's a United guy through and through. He won't be my guy.
Okay,
but he's a United guy. There are players on Arsenal. You're like, dude, I'm happy he's on Arsenal. He's not my dude though.
Yeah.
Mkhitaryan.
One final note on this game.
I'm not happy he's on Arsenal. That's where you got me twisted.
One final note for me. Fucking something I love to see was that the armband was given to David De Gea.
He earned it, man.
Dude, this guy, he should be.
He should
give him the armband for the rest. As long as he's at United, this guy should be captain. Antonio Valencia, you disrespect the management. I think he's lost the armband permanently. He's on his way out anyway.
Man. He should.
We'll see about that.
We'll see if he's sold in January, if he's hung on until the summer. But David De Gea, as far as giving this guy the respect he deserves, he's earned it tenfold.
Dude, he's been playing.
But keep him at the club. Show him that like you are
you are
building
everything.
Yes.
You got the little boy face, man.
Happy or not, this dude did work for us. That's all I want from our players. Like happy or not, I get it, man. Jose was the cancer. He's calling Pogba the virus. Jose was the cancer. There's no denying that when you see this team. But guys, there are certain guys who I'll always respect, even if they were shit under Jose. They gave it his all.
Look at Rashford.
One of the youngest. Missed 10 breakaways. He was shit under Jose.
Finishing wise.
Fucking worked.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll forgive you a lack of performance.
Was it Jose's fault he was missing goals?
No, but I'll forgive him.
Yeah, but I'm saying
breakaway is not your manager's fault.
My thing is, will you forgive
under
Pogba?
Jose? No, I'm saying under
One
Jose.
day, because I think people have forgiven Eden Hazard. I think when it was happening with Hazard,
forgiven.
People were saying the same thing at the same time.
Forgiven.
Never.
Me too, bro.
Never in fault.
No, but
there was nothing to forgive.
One thing before we move on, I know we've been ranting about
fucking
United.
You guys.
said same thing like with me with Lukaku. Listen, I have destroyed Lukaku on the show. I've destroyed Lukaku on Twitter. I've destroyed him on Instagram. All sorts of social media that exists. I've destroyed this guy. If he were to score 50 plus, like you said, I would take a step back. But he would never
never be your dude.
I would never be like, listen, like, I'm happy to see
Would you
him.
ever own a Lukaku jersey?
No, never.
You know what I mean?
That's me.
and
He'd score 50 goals.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say
I'll be
you're the
like,
best in the world. Never get my money.
Yeah. I will never say like, listen, like Lukaku was the guy I said we should bring in at this point. Because if I say we bring you in, you are certified.
I know what happened. He'll get his 50 goals, then he'll have like 3 raw touches. He'll be like, oh, he got no touch. This dude is wet. Give me Harry Kane. Give me Marauder.
Spurs 5, Bournemouth.
Woo!
0.
Second place Spurs.
11 goals in 2 games.
I thought we were going to go Arsenal first.
Chasing that title.
You mean bum-ass tie-up
this
Arsenal?
is just signified how Spurs is doing right
London
now.
is
man.
white.
North London.
Well, you want to talk
What color is it?
Mr.
It's
I
red.
can't
It's
beat
still
Brighton.
red.
Yeah, sight.
Come on,
That's what you want to talk
Give
about?
me the trophies,
bro.
Give me the trophy, Spurs. This is classic Spurs, riding high.
Look at his
What the
face.
fuck should happen when the expectations come? When people are like, wow, Spurs are legitimate title contenders. They'll shit the bed like they always do.
Can't
Good on
wait
you,
till
Spurs.
this changes.
Look, Poch, I thought he'd rotate a little bit more in this game.
Nah.
Starting strong. Son's up in there. Kane's up in there.
Front four walk.
Harry, Harry.
Rotate to the fullbacks.
Front four all walk away with goals.
Yeah, Ali out this game and they still put up 5, man. Like this.
What
So
does that
Tom
tell
and I
you?
were talking.
Well, garnish, baby.
Yeah, we scored 4.
Garnish.
We scored 4 goals without Lukaku. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? We scored 4 without Lukaku, or 5 without Lukaku. What does that tell you?
Well, he's not integral.
You
to
would have
the team.
scored 7 if he was in
he's
there.
not
Yeah, he hasn't
yeah.
played under this manager either, so the jury's still out on him.
leave
If we
Lukaku alone,
if we
man.
lose and Lukaku's in the squad, Snack's gonna blow this room up, and we got nothing, bro. We got nothing. But no, man,
Son.
We got nothing.
this is not the
Eriksen.
time to rotate players, guys. I know this is they call it the busy festive period, blah blah blah. This is when champions are made, contenders are made, and losers show themselves. You can't rotate with games coming up this thick and fast. Of course you want to. You don't want to injure players. And if someone's injured, you got to pull them out. But if you lose... So there are 4 games in 14 days, essentially, for each team.
This is nuts, the
If
schedule.
you lose 2 out of those 14 games, out of those 4 games, you give your opponent 6 points, assuming they win. That is a difference, a massive
You can
difference
ride
between
that.
top 4 and not, the league and not. That's why the top 6 teams during this
Relegation
period
and not as well.
play everyone, dude. Unless you're seriously hurt, you're going to play, man.
No, Pep's been the guy who's been rotating. But for me, Pochettino, he rotates beautifully in this regard. He puts in Walker-Peters. Fullback, we saw him.
Hat-trick of assists.
Hat-trick of assists. Thought he
First
scored
half.
a regular hat-trick. But in the Champions League, he had a massive error. Forgot who they were playing against.
Dembele, it was Barcelona.
Yeah, against Barcelona.
Dembele disrespected
Messes
him
up.
with the pace.
I didn't think I'd see Walker-Peters. I thought he'd get ejected from that game.
You know what? You know what the difference? That's Poch, dude. So Foyth
Poch
a few
understands.
games ago
Yeah.
gave away 2 penalties, and Spurs lost. Started in the next
And
game.
it was like
Got a goal.
sloppy, right?
and he
got a
got the
goal.
winning goal. That's why I love.
What
Dude,
would
you
what
say
would
you-
Jose do?
you say-
What would Jose do?
You're in the reserves.
100%.
done. You're
You're
done.
100%.
What would you do?
What
That's
would Pep?
he
What
do.
would Pep do? Same thing, man. He'd keep him in the
I
team.
think Pep would
wouldn't
believe.
disrespect
Though.
him.
I think
No,
Pep would believe.
Azinchenko,
You'd
bro.
sub, okay.
Azinchenko.
You wouldn't start, but you'd be
Yeah.
on the bench.
No, Pep
You'd be
wouldn't.
on the bench.
Pep wouldn't pull a Jose. But like
Yeah.
some managers are so ruthless. Fergie
What Jose
would say
did to
you're just not
Schweinsteiger?
ready.
Jesus,
No,
we
that was-
forgot
that
about
was gross.
Schweinsteiger. Even,
No, that was
but
gross.
Enough
I miss
shitting
him.
on Jose.
I miss him so much. He
Yeah.
was so bad for us, but I just love it. I loved his presence.
But speaking about, we'll go to Sir Alex Ferguson real quick, not to be on United, but Diego Forlan came up with a story. He said he blamed his boots. He wore the wrong pair of boots during a match, cost him his United career. Like a ball came across the box, he had a tap in, slipped, didn't get the goal, like never played again.
But he was
Yeah,
a
some
class
managers
player
are
when he
ruthless.
left.
Well,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
had
but
a
you're right.
he had a hot spot at United, but he was gone. Like Fergie's like, no, this guy's out.
Yeah. No, some managers love their youth, blah blah blah, but like Poch doubles down, bro.
So-
And maybe it's because there are no signings. Also, let's
Are Spurs legit title contenders?
You
Or
will
do we- or do we have to wait for
ask
fucking-
Pochettino. He's like, no, still Spurs,
For
still
me, no.
still
For
City,
me,
Liverpool.
For
He's
me,
like,
no, they're not legit title contenders. I
Fucking
think
guys.
top 4 is a lock.
They just get
for
to
them
coast.
at this point.
Top
No
three.
expectations for
top
Spurs.
3 should be a lock. But it's City, Spurs, and Liverpool right now.
Yeah,
The
look,
shame of
I don't know if top 3 like it's still a push, man. Like someone could sneak in.
It's all about injuries with Spurs, man.
Yeah.
If one or 2 players go down, especially one of the big big
Kane
four,
goes down.
Kane goes down. Son comes in, not the same.
Hopefully Son
But
can
if
hold
Kane
on,
goes
yeah.
down and then Ericsson goes down, it's like,
Yeah,
right, what are
they're
we
in
gonna do?
trouble.
Harry Winks, what are you made out of?
Dele Alli put him in there. Huh?
Dele Alli, what are you made out
Garnish.
of?
Yeah.
Garnish.
Look, the lack of rotation, I really think, will come back to bite him in the ass.
Next
But
year-
again,
These
These
man,
players
Spurs
are troopers,
Spurs are
man.
flying
You
high.
got-
They're
You
flying high
gotta
right now.
look at it. Like you got Harry Kane. He's got the S on his chest every week. You got Christian Eriksen. He's trying to play for that Barca move.
Wait, the Harry Kane. Talk about that goal.
was a nice ball.
Sees Eriksson, gives Eriksson the eye, say over the top, calls for it, left foot over the shoulder.
Telepathic.
That was the 18th assist Eriksson's played to Kane since they've been together. There's like third on the all-time list in the EPL. The first is Frank Lampard.
Drogba.
To Didier Drogba. 24 times he assisted Drogba. Crazy amount. It's just the telepathy, man, between the Spurs players.
When you see
certain
continuity. That's the strength that Spurs have.
That's the advantage I said at the beginning of the season that Spurs
that should be Pogba, Lukaku. But Pogba doesn't do shit for Lukaku.
No.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
All right, let's not go back to United, man. Let's not go back.
No, but and then you got Human Son. This guy doesn't want to serve in the military. Like,
Human Son. Okay.
He's a human son.
Human Son.
Whatever. Son.
Whatever his name is. Listen, this guy might have the best 2 feet in the Premier League
since Cristiano Ronaldo.
Like no exaggeration. Like
left and wrong.
Like when he came to Spurs, I was like, all right, this guy might be a solid player. He might be like what Lucas is now for Spurs, who also got on the score sheet. But Son, man, this guy he's about this life.
I love that he's evolving.
It's no more about just being on fire. This guy is just a class.
He's selfish. Player. He's class. He's selfish. He's not afraid. He will shoot from anywhere. He will take his chances, but he's also unselfish. But he's got that ruthlessness, man. He wants those goals.
Yeah, dude, he's dirty, man. He was a guy I was on the fence about. Tom's always backed him from day one. I was always on the fence about him. I rated him, I didn't disrespect him, but I didn't see this coming.
He's got the thirst. Even the second goal he scores, he kicks the ball out of the goalie's hands, just a little bit extra hungry to get that goal.
I think he's the type of guy, he can go anywhere and play. He can go any big league just about and play.
I don't know.
Could he start de facto? Not Barca, maybe not Madrid, but EPL-wise.
Well and truly, if he keeps this up, let's just say he stays at Spurs the next 2 years, including this year.
Yeah.
That would have been 4, maybe 5 years at Spurs. He is going to be what Gareth Bale was supposed to be.
But he's 26 years old now.
He's priming. He's peaking.
Like, Gareth Bale was absurd for Tottenham.
Yeah.
He won Player of the Year, and they were, finished, fourth or something, which is
just scoring those Shirlers every 30
yards out.
minute.
But Gareth Bale left. He went to Madrid. He had a couple good seasons. I think he's clearly on the decline now. Son is doing what Gareth Bale was doing, and if he stays, that just is
maybe if you look at the numbers.
For me, I could say I would say this. If he were to finish his career at Spurs, which is very very up in the air at this point, because we don't know what could happen. He will be a better Tottenham player than Gareth Bale is.
Over the course of career, maybe just because of longevity.
Yeah, if you were to if I'm a Tottenham fan and I'm 50 years old, 30 years from now, I'm going to be talking more about Human Son than I'm going to be talking about Gareth Bale.
If he delivers trophies, that is a key thing.
But Bale didn't either.
And it comes down to what also. I'm not trying to sound like us. I'm sorry. I'm sitting in his seat, and
when it comes down to it,
I haven't heard him say to it.
I don't know about that, man, because
because they both haven't won trophies.
No, Gareth Bale League Cup
what they've achieved. Would you rather win a League Cup and stay sixth place the next 20 years, or would you be contending for a title?
The only difference with me is that Bale was a shooting star, and that as soon as he got hot, he left. So the Tottenham fans still like Bale, but we know him more as a Real Madrid player. It's like Michael Carrick was a Tottenham player,
but we know him more as a Man United player.
Because guys, don't forget, this dude Gareth Bale came into Spurs as a left back. He came in at 17, 18 years old. So I think in the hearts of Spurs fans, he's like a youth kid. They view him differently than Son. Son's more mercenary. You got brought in. You were maybe one of the greatest transfers we've ever gotten. But when you look at a Gareth Bale, and he's also British. Yeah, he's from Wales. So
there's a beef there. There's a beef there.
There's a beef, but when you when you talk about
I guess maybe I was thinking more just footballing perspective.
Yeah, maybe. Look, the concrete's still wet, right? We have to see what Son is going to continue to do. I think you may be right if they bring in some trophies. If Heung-min Son's remembered for bringing in an FA Cup,
but even then, I personally believe them finishing second, contending for titles. Maybe not winning it, but if they win
Harry Kane and more of Eriksson. And Son will be like, oh yeah, he was nasty.
I would say all three of those players. I would add Dele Alli to that group as well. They would view them higher than they view Gareth Bale, and I wouldn't be surprised if they view them higher now. To be completely honest with you,
I would, man, because
Harry Kane, I would definitely say right now, Harry Kane is
more loved. He's different. He's different, but
because he's actually
don't sleep on Bale, man. Because Bale kind of helped them ascend to this level, right? Because he was doing it in Champions League and all that.
He set the foundations for sure. But people don't talk about the foundations. People talk about when
the heights,
they're there. You know
heights,
what I mean?
no
That's
doubt.
the thing.
No doubt. All right, man. Too much talk about Spurs. What are we doing here, man? These guys, we know they're frauds. They're gonna choke out
11 goals in 2 games, man.
But dude, they have 17 goals in 5 games. They're 17 and 3 the last 5 games.
How many trophies they
tied?
have?
I'm taking Barca.
You want to talk about stats?
I'm talking just goals. Just talking about goals scored.
Talking about form.
Barca are just bending over now.
Arsenal are getting ready. They're in the drawer getting.
What are you
that
talking about?
lube,
Stumbles.
bruh.
We didn't even lose. Stumbles tie.
Lube,
away from home. Against a vicious Glenn Murray.
Glenn Murray had the best strikers in the world. Glenn Murray had a goal disallowed in this game. It was bullshit. Leno did not have that ball in his hand. It should have been a Glenn Murray goal.
No, that was bullshit, man. Glenn Murray.
I don't know.
He had the ball in his
hand. He had it in control.
Ty goes to the goal. He barely got his fingertips to it, and then he lost it. That's a 50-50. It's like a car collision.
What I will say is Brighton fans should be pissed about the Arsenal goal. It was initially offside.
Did you see Lacazette?
So how's the phase go, man? How's the phase? What's the phase rule? Because I thought once a defender touches it, becomes a new phase, but apparently not.
Look, it depends on the distance.
He ran towards the ball, though. Like, he was involved in the play up until then. He 5 yards away, then he backed off. It's like, no, you were too close. Okay. The defender ran there because you ran there. It should have been a call.
Yeah,
it's a gray area.
I'm no APL ref.
There's no exact answer. It's a gray area. Yeah. But if I'm close, if I'm offsides,
yep,
you're the defender, right? And I'm close to you, and I stop my play. Once you get the ball again, it's depending on the proximity of where I'm standing. That I think is what determines it. If Lacazette is in the box and he maybe begins to pressure him a little bit, okay. But the fact that he got re-involved in the play and affected the ball, changed the direction of the ball, that I think was the bigger play. So Brighton fans,
we saw something similar in the United game where, like, I don't know what happened, but Juan Mata got it. And then it hit him in the face after or something like that. Like, it wasn't intended for him, but he caught in the way of the pass. And he was onside the whole time, but they called offside. So, like, that
wasn't the Liverpool one like that, too, with Origi, when it hit, like, off of the... I remember there was one where it hit off the crossbar. There was a game like that this year where the second phase restarted and it hit off the crossbar. So, it's something that we're seeing a lot this year that I think VAR will just eradicate next year.
VAR next season is going to be huge. It's already been implemented pretty much in every league in the world. I mean, going back on that first Arsenal goal, whether they should be upset or not, I mean, that was class from Lacazette. I mean, like, pretty much stumbled the ball to Aubameyang by the end of it. But there was like 4 people around him. He's just
so many missed touches in there.
He's on his wave tank. And he lays it up to Aubameyang, one-time finish. I've been saying it from time. I don't think Aubameyang's the best striker in the world, but he's going to win the Golden Boot this year. I've been saying it from time.
Salah's going to win the Golden Boot.
What do you want to put on that?
He's got 13 goals in the season.
What do you want to put on that?
We already have a bet. We already have a bet with Lukaku going.
I'm willing to take another bet. Are you?
Meatball cows.
What are we thinking?
I think both of you guys have long hair.
Okay.
Don't care.
How about we'll do a lunch on it. I'll buy everybody in the PFC group. I'll buy them lunch. I'll buy us pizza from that place down the street.
Betting pizzas.
I want from downtown Boston. I want North End pizza up in here.
Yeah, but I don't have money like that. Stuff. You can ask my brother for that. He lives in the.
Oh, give me his number. We'll call him up. You paid for it. So. Give me your credit card. Is he delivering too?
Yeah.
The DiGiorno?
No, not DiGiorno.
DiGiorno delivering from my microwave.
Damn straight.
Would you put your bun on it?
No, never.
Never. The samurai bud.
Arsenal go up in this game 6 minutes in. They're up 1-0. It's like, all right, it's over. You know, like
if everyone just saw it, he's like, yeah, it's over. His eyes just get so wide,
man. Like, I mean,
because the way we started, we're all over him.
But you let Brighton, second half, Brighton came back with a storm, man, with a vengeance. Like the last half hour, man, they didn't boss Arsenal, but there were periods where they did control a large part of the ball. They pressed you guys high. They were pressing hard.
Let's look at this game, right? So first of all,
we're talking about it.
It's a shitty error by Lichtsteiner, right? Like
positioning.
This is off of a corner kick counterattack. I was nervous all game because Arsenal seems susceptible to the counterattack. First time in a long time, it seems. We started with a back 4. Koscielny and Socrates never played together before.
Can we just say Koscielny's done? Can we just go ahead and long jump to that?
Bro, he's been done. He's been done for 4 years. Confidently 4 years he's been done.
Lichtsteiner, we could have won this game 1-0. If Lichtsteiner didn't fuck that up.
Bro.
We could have won this game 1-0.
Look, assuming everything else the same, sure, you can say that. But, like...
Guendouzi if it was 1-0 because he should have maybe covered Lichtsteiner better, but that's such a fucked up error. It's like, come on, man. You shot yourself in the foot with that. Look, it's
definitely an error. Definitely he misread the flight of the ball. But again, bro...
Lichtsteiner is done. That's the fraud.
That wasn't the only time in the game. That wasn't.
Licht's 34. Koscielny's 33. Koss is done, bro.
All right, he's done. He's done.
Koss is done.
This season though, he's hanging on for dear life.
Not, bro.
That's all we got.
Since he's come back, you guys have been stumbles on. Since he's come back from injury, you guys have been stumbles on.
That's why I'm saying we need a new center back.
In all seriousness, dude, the
6
injuries
new
are trying to
center
catch up with him. Like he's even admitted he's entering a new stage in his career. He admitted it on Instagram.
Guys, we changed back to a 3-4-3 in this game. Shaka had to be dropped to center back.
You start with the back four though. Start with the back four.
I know who does that and then transitions because of fucking injuries. This shit is sad, bro.
Yeah, I can't blame Emery on that.
It's coming for that ass.
It's injuries, man,
like
in the back.
Yeah, no. For me, I think it's just like the injuries, the lack of depth.
Ozil getting hooked at half.
Let's say this. He
was awful. Get out of here, bro. He was so bad
and
today.
his body language is extra shit today.
That's a thing. That's why I can say with confidence.
Staying on your defense, did you ever think at any point in time that your best defender would be Socrates?
No.
Hell no. Best Socrates forever, dude.
But he looked good, man. He's a triple meg, whatever. But dude,
look,
he was your most solid guy in the back.
Fast forward. Yeah, triple meg, whatever. Fast forward, right back.
Al, Socrates is what Lovren is to Liverpool.
Exactly.
You put Virgil next to Socrates.
He's better than Lovren.
Look, triple meg, bro. I never seen Lovren catch a triple. Never seen Lovren catch a triple.
I've seen Lovren score some bangers though, man. That one against who they just fucking play. Newcastle. He scored not a similar goal, but I've seen him score like another volley type of goal too, man.
Look, Sock, dude, I love that you love him. Stay with him, bro. Why not?
We're going.
Let's not lose the plot, bro.
We need to appreciate Hector Bellerin.
If he had a guy next to him, dude, where was Bellerin this game?
He's
buying new sunglasses? What was he doing? Fucking
my man.
Man's a fashionista. The guy's a loser, man. He's so distracted.
Whoa! I'm a fashionista, bro. What's up with that?
I don't say it. Wearing your mom's Uggs over here?
That's a fashion statement right there. Those are mugs right there, bro. Mom's Uggs, mugs.
You're not Tom Brady. All right.
No, but back to Ozil. Listen, man, this is why I can confidently say whether no one agrees with me or not. I know no one agrees with me. I've understood this. Why I can say Lingard is better than Ozil, because these are the type of games.
Whoa.
Hold on. We trash Pogba for not showing up against the big teams, but against the smaller teams, this guy plays. Against Ozil, you never know. Big team, small team, middle-sized team.
It's tactics.
Dude, I don't trash Pogba for not showing up against little teams, big teams. I think Pogba can
but
show
I'm
up
saying
whenever.
people, not
trash
maybe
him only because of the specific situation. Lingard is good, dude. But have you seen Ozil?
I think talent-wise, Ozil is clearly a better player. But when it comes to everything, and
it's
you
just
consider
work
a
rate.
full 90 minutes.
That's the one thing Lingard that I think like the other day I went in on him, but his work rate,
it's incredible.
It helps with his consistency because you know it's like a James Milner. Okay, he's gonna bust his ass for 90 minutes. Will he score? Maybe not.
I don't know,
but
man. He scores.
The work rate, you know, you're gonna get between a 6 and a 7 from Lingard every game. Ozil could give you a 10, or he could give you like today a fucking 3. Like for me, the defensive work rate,
absolute.
When the ball gets in behind him, because we're playing a 2-forward system finally. It was a 4-4-2 how we started. So that means you need more work in the middle. Because we just didn't have as many bodies in there.
Yeah, who went down injured again? Who got hurt early?
Who got hooked? Koscielny got subbed out in the 70th. That's why we changed our shape, because he's still returning to fitness.
No, and I understand that, but like, I'm saying Lingard and Ozil comparatively, because Lingard can play on the wings. Ozil can't really play on the wings. He can like be filled in there. But
you want to talk in terms of form? You want to talk about form?
No, not
I got
form.
you. But
form.
True quality, Ozil still is better.
I think
than
he plays the better final ball. I think he picks out
final ball than Ozil.
No, I'm saying Ozil better than Lingard.
Okay.
I'm saying Ozil, he can make that pass. He can do a lot. But when it comes to everything considered, I think in terms of dribbling, I think Lingard takes it. Not based on just wiggling.
Yeah, running at people and beating them.
Beating them. I think link-up play, like with him and Rashford, when they do link-up play, they can pretty much get any pass they want inside the final third. You know what I mean?
Ozil's link-up. But, again, this is a lot of opinion.
And I think, exactly. It's my opinion. And like I said, whether people, like in terms of talent, as I've said, I think Ozil's better. I think Ozil has better talent. But I think, and like that's why when we compare Mbappe, when I say Rashford has the same talent level as Mbappe, I think that's true. But I don't think Rashford's better than Mbappe. I don't think that at all.
Yeah, I think Mbappe's
I just think
more
Lingard
talented.
and I think Lingard, what he brings is that work rate. You know what I mean? And he's shown up in big games. I don't think there's a time like where I can say like in a big game against a big club where I could be like, wow, Ozil was world class.
I think if Knockhart starts this game, Arsenal are in trouble.
He's a problem.
He subbed on late on, man. He looked good.
Locadia is a fucking problem.
You know why he doesn't start, bro? Because defensively he's a liability. That's the issue. So, like, they packed it in, essentially playing a 9 block. 4 at the back, 5 across midfield. And that's where Arsenal struggled. Xhaka's not going to unlock any defense. Torreira, as good as he is, he's not known for unlocking defenses. So, unfortunately, everything... And Guendouzi, young kid, too.
Iwobi is like the catalyst to make the dominoes fall. When the guy was booting the ball out of bounds.
He's a special one.
Iwobi.
Oh, Iwobi. Look, our
substitutes.
substitutes. I think Maitland-Niles had some hot streaks or whatever in this game.
Iwobi was a waste.
Iwobi was a bad substitute in this game. Ramsey was mediocre.
Here's the problem, bro. You know, Ramsey or Ozil going forward? What's your opinion as a group?
I want Rambo because he's shown me. Like, not only has he been at Arsenal longer, but I don't have to worry about his work rate. I know what I'm getting from Ramsey, who's a more, I guess, luxurious, talented player. Yeah, Ozil can pick out a pass better, but Ramsey's actually better in the final third and putting the ball in the back of the net. So it's unquestioned for me, though, man. This Arsenal team, dude. We need signings.
It's lack of
We need
depth,
signings, and I wanted to give Solly March credit, man. I disagree with the Knockhart point, man. Solly March on that right flank was fucking everywhere for Brighton this game.
He had some chances he duffed. He
was everywhere.
The chip he missed.
That's
what I'm saying, man.
Solly was a problem.
I think you still would have given up a goal.
Let's not forget Matty Ryan, Brighton's goalkeeper, having himself a game and a half, getting a tip, almost got chipped over the bar. Aubameyang breakaway, miss.
Dude, that was a save. Yeah,
it was a great save, man.
But it was like right at him.
No, but dude, you gotta bury that. You cost him 2 points. You're on a breakaway. You gotta smash that near post. Don't go the body. But Matt Ryan, man, that was a fucking crazy save. Down low with the arm.
Man. I think you got to give more credit to the keeper.
Oh, absolutely.
On that one,
but you got to finish those. All I'm saying.
Yeah,
Aubameyang still top of the league as far as goals are concerned.
What I've been saying, bro. I've been saying that from time.
Put your bun on it, bro. Then I'll start to listen.
Not my bun, bro. Not my bun. This thing's been growing for a year now. It's just but you can't blame Emery for these type of results. He has a lack of depth. He has a weak squad right now. Mm-hmm. There's a reason this team went 22 unbeaten. It's because of the tactics and the quality of the players as well. But the tactics are spot on.
I think it was a honeymoon too,
which is something. I mean,
it's the
22 games is a long ass. 22 honeymoon,
games.
Bro.
It just shows you have quality.
Pep didn't even have that type of honeymoon in City his first season.
Yeah, but it's still a honeymoon. We're seeing the real Arsenal now. It's not Emery.
I still don't think we are.
No, exactly. And people are starting to figure that out.
All your issues are defensive. Offensively, we're still the same Arsenal. You know what I mean? Look, Aubameyang could have arguably had a hat trick today.
I just think we always give people that full year, especially managers, that first full year, because it's still not his team. And I have to thank Arsene Wenger for leaving us with Aubameyang, for leaving us with Lacazette. Because if he didn't make those signings, I don't know where we'd be right now.
That's why I don't blame Emery for any of this.
This has been a common theme this whole season since Emery showed up with Lacazette, and we've touched on it briefly, but the whole no full minutes, no full 90s for Lacazette.
He's getting upset.
Dude, it would be okay, but the communication. The partnership between Aubameyang and Lacazette is uncanny. The chemistry there is uncanny.
And it's 1-1 late in the game.
You keep
him
on
out a striker.
You know why?
Well, they were getting overrun in midfield big time by Brighton.
Not only do we have to change the shape, other than the assist that Lacazette got to Aubameyang, I didn't think he played well, guys.
Dude, but he made the first goal happen. That was almost all him.
I don't think he played bad though. Bad enough to be subbed in a 1-1 at Brighton.
I understand you're getting
for me. It's the repetition that I don't like. So it's not just this specific game. It's the fact that it's been happening over the course of 5 games. Lacazette not finishing. But this game, I thought he deserved to be pulled out.
This one, I think, with this game, I agree. I think he didn't have a great game, but I mean. Beggars can be choosers. You can pick where you want.
1-1.
No, you want a striker that you want to go for it, but at the same time, with the repetition of not starting Lacazette, it's you have to change how your team plays. You can get away with Aubameyang playing on the left and Lacazette up top, but you would much rather have Aubameyang up top and Iwobi on the left, who's a natural winger and a natural number 9, not a makeshift left winger and a natural number 9.
My beef with that is after that sub was made. Nothing fucking changed. Brighton was still dangerous.
I agree. No, you're right.
That comes down to our subs because Iwobi has to take responsibility for not making more of an impact.
The point I'm trying to make is that if I'm thinking in Emery's perspective, I'm okay, I'm going into this game. Let's just say Lacazette had not started. It's I want to play this formation, and like someone has to miss out. Someone has to miss out.
But it shouldn't. My point is, it shouldn't be Lacazette or Aubameyang. Everyone else should fucking miss out. In general,
I agree with you. This game, I think he was actually right to be subbed out. But let's not dwell on Goons too much. Should have started Ramsey.
Should have benched Ozil. Mm-hmm. So then you're not.
Boom.
So then you don't have to put Owobi on, and then he's the worst performer. You can't take him off. You just put him on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although he should have came off.
But it's hard now because Ozil last game. I mean, technically there weren't 2 assists, but. I mean, he played key passes that led to the win.
Brighton away is never really. It's not a walkthrough.
We lost them away at the beginning of the season, man.
No.
It's not. But it's not Ozil's type of game.
Got to grind.
It's not.
He set him out against Bournemouth. He said Bournemouth's not your type of game.
On a cold, wet day in Stoke City.
So what is
Ozil going to show up?
What is Ozil's type of game then? What is his type of game?
In the summer, 70-degree weather, life is good.
That's why I can't rate him.
No, Ozil's good against a team like Bournemouth that's going to play. You know,
he purposely held them out against
Bournemouth.
Everton. Someone was open. You got to run up and down.
Not even open. He's great to play against the top 7 teams. And I mean legit top 7. I know Brighton.
I don't even know if he is because he's
as long as everybody else behind him is there to play.
Yeah.
If you have 2 holes in the team, you gotta play.
No, he's proper.
I'd like to get money for Ozil at this.
Then there's different.
29, 30-year-old.
Most expensive.
This is different. This is different types of garnish then because like Dele Alli can go to a cold night at Stoke and make an impact. Pogba
I don't think he's garnished. I love when Al calls him out because he fucking hates him. I don't think.
I don't hate him.
No, but like you get the point. Like those type of okay, Pogba, garnish player, luxury player, like you said, right?
I don't think
he is. But he's suspect.
He just doesn't like him because he didn't work hard while Jose was there.
No, but like I'm just saying, like if someone were to say that about him, if he was a luxury player, like he can go to the cold night at Stoke type of games against.
Yeah, but then he's not a garnish.
Yeah, like away.
Garnish literally means like. In those tough, dirty games, like Tom says, Stoke away, Ozil's famous for, doesn't fucking play.
That's the thing.
My back hurts.
That's why I say Lingard's better, bro.
I'm sick. That's why I play. I can't play because I got a cold.
Go back to Madrid, bro, and just chill on the bench.
Bro, he needs to
go to Bayern. He needs to go to Bayern.
Watford 1, Chelsea 2. The Blues grinded out Eden Hazard.
I dropped him.
Getting the dub.
You dropped Hazard?
I dropped him.
You captain Tony Martial.
He had scored 1 goal in his last 9 games.
Dude, he has assists. He has assists, double assists. He's getting goals. He's getting points.
I hope you guys got him on your fantasy team.
Of course
Why
I
are you talking him up?
Of course I do.
I'm glad you do.
For a while.
I've had him for like 10 match
I had him
days.
too. I took the -8, but you know what? I got Salah, so it's all good.
So who did you captain though, Tiki? Tiki, who'd you captain?
Man, I fucked my captain. I got so emotional.
I saw that text and I was just like, oh, that's when you knew he fucked up.
Rashford, bro.
Oh, Rashford.
And who would I have vice? Han Min, bro.
Oh, no.
I missed Min twice,
Duckets. The Duckets.
Bro.
Look, impressive performance by Eden Hazard in this, bagging himself a brace.
Hazard.
I mean, he's earned a PK in this game, and it was weird. He had a wide open opportunity.
100th Chelsea goal.
Yeah, his 100th Chelsea goal made it 1-1 with the brace. He did have an early opportunity where the ball came across the box from Pedro, wide open. The ball just went under his foot, man. So maybe that has to do. That was a center forward's finish, right? The ball comes across the 6, you just tuck it in. Maybe he's used to being on that left wing back post position a little bit more. But Chelsea, they're still up and down.
They're a lottery team. Because you don't know who they're going to like. They will shock you and beat Man City. That, to me, in my opinion, that's obviously 2 juggernauts going head to head. But like with Man City's form, with the way Pep plays, it's like I don't know. Chelsea got battered by Spurs like the week before. You think that?
I think Chelsea are in the same exact situation as Arsenal. Difference is individual qualities there. They have a backline that can hold on to victories. They have a midfield that can dominate games, and they have an attacking presence, a special player who can put the team on his back. Dude.
Sneaky thing about Chelsea, Gary Cahill. He's only played like 1 EPL game this year. Pull a classic Arsenal. Get a dude who's used to be a beast for Chelsea, but has declined.
But
come on to the Arsenal.
January.
But
that's a January buy.
How does what's his name like to play? How does Emery like to play? How does Sarri like to play?
Oh, he loves to go forward.
From where?
The back.
From the back.
Yeah, fullback.
He likes guys who can play.
No, but play out of the back.
He likes center backs.
Oh, playing out
Why
of the back.
is David Luiz playing?
And they did a great job playing out of the back.
Why is Christensen the first guy off the bench for Chelsea? Because they have feet. Gary Cahill, nothing. He's one step above Czech. You know, he's got no feet.
He scored some bangers though. I
like Gary Cahill, man. I think he's Chelsea captain. He's a fucking solid defender. He's just more old school.
Yeah.
I think he'd be awesome for Arsenal, to be honest. But I don't think he fits the technical lifestyle that you guys need to have.
And I think Emery,
unless you want him for the just for depth.
That's what I need. That's what we need him for.
He wants to start.
I think Emery has such little time and such little money that every buck he spends has to make an impact.
Yeah, right away.
Gary Cahill, sure, would be a Band-Aid, but I don't think Emery's thinking that way, and he can't afford to.
I don't know if he'll have a choice at this rate with just the amount of injuries.
I think, honestly, like, he would bring him in, but he would definitely further... Like, he wouldn't consider him, like, a replacement. He would be like, this is a guy that, like, when I get to the summer, this guy's just like, I'm going to patch up, I'm going to, paper over the cracks for now.
Actually...
in the summer. But the thing is, that paper over the cracks becomes a trend, because if you get results with Gary Cahill
he could help push it to fourth if he rediscovers form.
I now disagree with Gary Cahill. 33 years old, bro.
Oh, he's 33. Is that old?
He's the same age as Kashalny and 1 year.
Hey, we got Lichtsteiner. Let's keep it rolling
with these old guys. Who was the oldest backline a few years ago? Was it Brighton? I feel like it was a blue
West
and white
Brom,
team.
wasn't it?
Might have been West Brom.
They had the oldest player for sure, Macaulay.
37.
He was like 39.
Macaulay was 37.
Yeah, dude.
What did they do? They fucking held it down, bro. The Pulis. Bring me the old
Here's Arsenal from Tony Adams and Sol Campbell to fucking Gary Cahill.
Watford looked good this game,
Roberto
though, man.
Pereira's
The
goal.
high press was on.
Where's he going when you need him? Calling Pereira trash.
I've been saying from time.
Silky.
When he came from Juventus, this guy was just going to be... He's going to be on a mad thing. I've been saying it. And he is on a mad thing.
Bro, from the training ground. From the corner kick.
Is that Paul Scholes?
It looked like might as well been. He sliced it with the outside of his right, but it goes away from the goalie.
That was technique. It was just making contact with the ball and making sure it's on target. He didn't get greedy like Townsend got greedy, but it paid off. Like, he went power.
but the fact that Watford have a player of his quality to execute that,
two players.
Delafeu,
Troy Deeney.
That's the magic. That's the fucking difference. Troy Deeney can be a true bruiser like Giroud and have Mbappe and Griezmann, a.k.a. Pereira, and Delafeu pulling their magic around him. Now the pressure's off Deeney to score all the time because he has two I don't want to say world class because they're at Watford for a reason, but two class. Yeah. Let's say two class players.
They have some quality then.
Who could, in a couple of years, if they continue form, bounce to a Tottenham, bounce to maybe an Arsenal, bounce to an Everton type team. Absolutely, man. They just need to put it together. But Watford is not a team to be fucked with.
Your boy Decore, though, man.
Awful
he had
game.
He had a bad game. You know what? I think his technique is not on that level yet to make the jump.
Agreed.
I see his mind, though. He's fast. He's a smart player.
Physical.
He had that pass that just almost got to Delafeu. It was like really high in the air. First touch, pass it, but the pass just has a little bit too much power on it. So I think maybe he needs to develop a little bit more technically before he can make that jump to an Everton, maybe even a Spurs, and replace Sissoko in that regard. But look, he had some flashes, but this game was a little bit rough for him.
It was a rough one here. The stage was a little too big for him. But like you said, man, the kid shows promise. That's a part of developing. You're gonna have bad games. Etienne Capoue balled.
Who started in midfield for Chelsea? Was it Kovacic?
It was the
same.
Yeah, it was the same three we were talking
about.
about.
I was listening to
Conte almost had a goal as well. He should have had a goal.
Yeah,
should have had a finish.
I was listening to a podcast.
Scored that.
I was listening to a podcast, and they were just. It was after the Leicester game, and they were rashing on Kovacic and Conte. They were like, Conte has been awful this season.
Awful.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been bad, but like these are British people thinking from like that super fanhood kind of thing, where like they're like,
hey, you need to find a new podcast.
I pay, I don't. I told you it's Touchline Froggies. It's the one that turned trash. I was listening to it because I was driving down here, and I was just like, you know what? I'll give it a listen. I heard that, and I was like, all right, I'm going to my video game podcast.
I still stick with my statement that, like, because even the last podcast,
talking about needs to be on,
starting, Kovacic, Jorginho, and Conte.
At least rotation, because like this is the type of game that's like, okay, like we're playing Watford away. They ended up getting the 3 points, and I'm pretty sure the midfield was fine anyway.
But it was through an earned PK, so you got to give him credit. Okay, they played a false 9. Okay, it worked out, but maybe Sarri does want Conte to expand that going forward side of his game.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
And he wants to play the Allen role.
Conte is important defensively too. Like, he's not playing number 6 to be clear. But as far as work rate when they lose the ball, it's almost like having 2 number 6s. Conte obviously plays a little bit more advanced, but he knows he can't afford not to have Conte on the pitch. Unfortunately, there are 3 players for one position: Kovacic, Barkley, and Loftus. Fabregas is not going to see time because Jorginho's his position. He's just not going to see time. So those three players are fighting for that one position.
Kovac's Madrid play, man. He's on loan there, so the quality is there.
He wants to stay at Chelsea. He's been open about staying.
I think it's a better balance with a Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
I think you need a guy who can break down a team one-on-one or score a
straight
banger
attacking mid, not a center mid.
Yeah,
guys, sorry, I got a jet early on this one, but before I leave the studio, I just want to say Gylfi Sigurdsson buries a penalty. Snacks in your fucking eyes.
Yeah.
I know we're not Everton yet, but before I leave, just want to, guys clinical. Guys better than Pogba.
Hey, Pogba scored twice, so I'm happy. Pogba scored twice, so we're...
So Pogba has as many... In the last 2 games, Pogba has as many goals as Gylfi Sigurdsson. All right, cool. There you go.
He's just going to be out on that one, man.
Love it. Drive-by. Out with the drive-by.
Hey, let's shift, man.
I'll see you Sunday, buddy.
You got it.
Everton.
Yeah, man, Chelsea do work. Let's do it. Quick touch here, wrapping up the show.
For real, let's make this as quick as a Boxing Day jab.
Let's make
over
it
here.
as quick as Tom in the bedroom. Let's do it.
Jeez, that's a shot at the dark.
Hey, bro, I go for records. I don't know why you out here fucking. I'm fucking my speed time,
In and
Olympic style. Burnley 1, Chelsea, Everton 5. The blue confusing me a little bit. Yerry Mina, your boy,
Bro, rise up, young man.
Not my
Rise
boy.
up.
Snacks' boy. Get
Not
up.
my boy.
I love Yerry Mina.
I know you guys
Love
do,
him.
man. There's always a player after the World Cup who catches that hype. Yerry Mina was a beast for Colombia, no doubt about it.
Like all their goals.
All their goals.
Scored
But
all their
when
goals.
you go to Barcelona and 6 months later they say, bruh, you ain't about this life, I don't want it. I don't want it. And it wasn't because he was showing up.
No, it's because of the South American thing, and they had
just
to
wasn't
fit
good
in a
enough.
certain
But what about
amount of
Coutinho?
players. Not that I know. Well, Coutinho's better than him.
There were
so-
other stuff. They brought in,
like
by the
something-
way, they brought in Malcolm during all that.
Yeah, because he's a younger, and then they brought in
Suarez.
Linglet, who was like the
Thank
French
you,
center
bro.
back, and they kicked him out. All right, but don't
6
worry
months,
about
but
it.
after 6 months, they were like, "Yeah, no, you're the victim." By the way, we're going to bring in
Look,
South Americans.
He may have a
after
peg
we
leg
kick
for a
you.
left foot, but my man gets up. He gets
This
up.
is his first get up all year, bro.
All right, man. He's a classic EPL dude. He's
No, he's
physical,
not,
center back. He's
Tired of
gonna get up.
Yeremina. Yeremina is a solid C, man. And who knows, one day he might be
solid.
He might be a
B.
baller. He might be a baller.
Give my
As it
man a
stands
B
today,
minus,
I don't
man.
want him at United. I'm
My man
glad
is B
the
minus.
deal fell
Way
through.
better than Phil Jones.
Is
Anyway,
he,
though?
though? Is he, though?
He is.
Yeah,
Sigurdsson up in here getting a dime and a PK.
Dude, how dare you call out Sigurdsson before Digne?
Look at
Lucas
Digne.
Oh, what a
Digne.
strike from
Digne's
the
got
the
free
wonder
kicks
kid.
in him. I think that's the second free
Second
kick in
one.
a row.
And you
Beast.
know what's impressive? Sigurdsson's a specialist. So now he's shown respect. He's like, all right, man. I'm going to back up, let you do
I'll
your
take
thing.
the PK.
That's respect. That's
Yeah,
respect
man, and
to
he's a
Digne.
fullback. Fullback's doing it for all the fullbacks. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Trippier out here doing it. All of a sudden, man, fullback is becoming a position of free kicks.
We
But I'm
can
so
sure.
proud of this
We
dude.
can
Nah,
sure,
Juan
man.
Mata's still our specialist.
Schwan.
You mean Bubba?
Nah, Pogba doesn't take free kicks for us. He
He
let
did
Rashford
today.
take it.
No, he took one today.
Yeah, bro, it
He
hits
can,
the wall.
man.
Ding.
Dude, if that
He can.
wall, if that
I'm
was
trying to tell
inches
you,
over that wall.
Bubba can hit him, bro.
Yeah, that was.
Rashford too, but
Juan
don't sleep on
Mata
your
has
boy.
an 100% goal rate.
Juan Mata is
Juan
Mata. It's different level.
He
Look,
had a good game. He had a decent game today.
but moving on to Everton, I don't want to bring him back to United, man.
I
Why
don't
not,
want. I
bro?
know. I know you're trying to lure me back in, man.
Dude. I
I just had a.
I was like, yo, that's a trap.
Bernard, man, getting 2 dimes in this game. This was an explosion,
Bernard.
dude. I don't think anyone was expecting
Coming?
this.
Yeah, this
from
was a great
Everton.
recovery, especially after getting slapped 6-2
I
by
was gonna
Spurs.
say they got absolutely bodied by Spurs.
I thought they were going to feel bad for themselves. Look, Burnley's done. Guys, the
You're
Sean
done,
Dyche
son.
experiment, it's a wrap, dude. And they're going to blame it on Europa, blah, blah, blah.
You're
That's
done, son.
bullshit.
Bro,
There's
they
no way
played
you
2
get
games of Europa.
Thank you.
They played 2 games.
No problem. You guys didn't even make it to Europa. You
played
got
two-
knocked
It's
out.
180 minutes,
They played
dog.
2 games.
It's 180
on,
minutes,
dude.
man.
Tired of this shit. It's
Alright.
it's the fact that I don't think they made any signings, right? It was them and Spurs. If they made a signing, it was like one
They
signing.
signed John
minimal.
Hart. They signed Joe Hart.
All right, yeah. So it was like one sign. Well,
Brought in
I
the
don't know
Jinx.
if that's a signing.
I don't know if you remember. But last January they signed the Spurs kid Nkudu.
Oh, I love. That was a loan though.
That was a
Because
loan, right?
Nkudu's-
And I remember,
Dude,
I was on
Nkudu.
like the Instagram search, and it was because I followed Dele Alli, and it was him like in his press conference and Sean Dyche hugging him and stuff like that. And when everything was going good and all this stuff,
It was all good
I
just
saw
a
a
week
meme of
ago,
it today,
man.
the exact same day. It was like back to a time when Burnley, like when times were good and stuff like this.
Dude, Nkudu's my man. stay focused, but I love this kid.
No, I'm just saying like the parallel, like because they were
absurd
last season.
They were talking about top 4 for them last season. I think they finished like seventh.
Yeah.
Like right behind Arsenal.
Dude.
Right
They were
behind
Deitch, man.
You guys
he's in
beat
trouble.
them in the last 2 days.
We needed it.
Yeah,
Deitch,
for sure.
But I heard it today. Just as quickly as your reputation can go up as a manager, it can go down, man. Especially if they get relegated like this. Next game, Fulham won, Wolves won. The Espírito Santo was still in the building, son.
Not bad.
They showed some heart.
He's the realest, man. This kid, 18 years old and 19. A lot of attention last year in the championship when he was doing work. United was looking at him. They were talking about Spurs, Liverpool. I think City might have got. So they all just waited 1 year to see what this kid can do. And he's not holding down a position, but every time he comes on, he's effective. In this game, he scored. But either way, he takes people on. He can whip a ball in.
He can play all across the left-hand side. You want him at left back, he can do the job. You want him at left wing, he can do the job. You want him at left
Sometimes
mid.
they play him at forward, dude. Yeah. Sometimes they play him at forward, and he does work.
He definitely has good instincts.
Exciting kid.
I tell you who really is the realist. Mitrovic. Okay, this guy's a fucking
he's
handful,
a gangster.
man.
No, he's a gangster.
You watch this match, man. He should have scored. Okay, he should have scored. Maybe he was cowish on 2 opportunities, but Wolves defenders did get back and block some of his shots, man. I mean, his center forward play, guys. I mean, he can hold. He does everything.
Prototypical center back. When we say a center forward, he's the prototypical. Like, of course, he doesn't have that speed. But back in the day, being a forward was not about speed. Your wingers were the speed guys. This guy is a throwback.
Hold the ball up like you need.
Like
battle.
bully center backs. I mean, it was a 3-on-1.
Has a little bit of smoothness to him too.
Has some silk in him. It was a 3-on-1 this game. And it looked like Wolves needed more than 3 guys to contain this dude. Luckily, he didn't score. But like you said, Connor Cody got that ball cleared off the line. There were like crazy saves made on him, man. He was brilliant.
Who scored? You know who was a problem though for Wolves? Adama Traore. This guy was awful this game. He was.
You mean a problem that way?
He was pitiful.
Dude, he can't start.
I know it's the weirdest thing, isn't it?
They keep trying to break him into the squad. I think he started the last two games. He didn't start at the start of the season. I was like, what a waste. They brought him on, especially against United. They brought him on.
Every time he comes off the bench, we're like, why doesn't this dude start?
Exactly.
He's coming off the bench, and then he starts.
Because he was, he was axed at half or something for that Gibbs White character.
Well, that's going to kill your confidence.
Yeah, and then listen, man, he's a very one-dimensional guy. He's going one way. He's going forward. Doesn't matter how many.
Even going forward, it's not justified enough to be like, okay, let's keep him on. It's like going
he's the
forward
guy
at the
you bring in at the 60th
man.
minute in a
exactly,
KG
when
match.
everyone's tired.
When everyone's tired, I remember Arsenal played United 2 seasons ago, and it was 2 seasons ago because we didn't beat you that year. And I remember it was Oxlade-Chamberlain coming in against us to get the cross in for Giroud's goal. And I was thinking, I was remembering, okay, Rashford played a 95-minute game. Oxlade-Chamberlain played 7 minutes. But Oxlade-Chamberlain was fresh and stuff like that. Yeah. That's the type of player Adama Traore is. Even when he was popping, when he was at Barca, I think he was. Yep. And then he made the move. He made the move to Aston Villa, and then he made the move to Middlesbrough. I was like, bro, I watched this guy. I bought him in Football Manager a couple times. This guy is very one-dimensional.
He's a great video game player, dude.
Yeah, if you're a Huss and you just want to abuse pace, you bring this guy
and
out.
muscle, bro. This dude's a beast. He should be a bouncer, not a footy player.
22. So
he's still got time, but
he's plenty, bro.
And he doesn't have to run around you. He'll run right through you too.
Bro.
That's what I like about him.
He's got the muscles, bro.
Yeah, but no, poor game from him. I thought Fulham should have won this game, and they were unlucky not to. It's just the role of Fulham right now.
It's hard to say that when Wolves, a fresh team from the Championship, and I know Fulham is too, has 70% possession, bro. It's hard to say Fulham should have won. I agree with you.
I think Mitrovic has had chances. That's what I mean. I think if they had buried their chances, I don't think they played a better game than Wolves. I thought it was very even though Wolves dominated possession. Yeah. I thought when Fulham had possession of the ball, they made use of it a little bit better than Wolves did. But I just think Fulham should have won because, you saw the Sessegnon goal, nice right foot goal.
Yep.
You look at Mitrovic, who didn't score, didn't assist, but just had an unbelievable game. Besides all of that, when Squawka is sending you stats and there's no goal or assist for a forward, you know that player had a good game.
Yeah, I mean, who scored has him as man of the match.
Yeah, he was a handful, man. He was definitely a handful. Moving on to last game, correct me if I'm wrong, that was played on Boxing Day, 0-0 Palace against Cardiff.
Zaha getting emotional on Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
What did he say?
He was like, it's sad when you don't get the points. We should be getting at Selhurst Park, but we go on. We go on.
Milivojevic hit the post off of a free kick. Townsend hit the post as well.
Dude,
so
31 shots in this game for Palace. I mean, they did everything they could, bro. Possession, they dominated as well. Sometimes the gods on
you guys just beat
Cardiff.
City though, so it's like
Cardiff,
settled down. You know, that's the crazy thing. The EPL.
But that's the thing. I think the commentators said it either in this game or another game. It's cool to beat City and the Chelseas of the world, but you don't save yourself from relegation by losing points to Cardiff, by losing points to Fulham. Like when you got to beat the guys in your neighborhood
for sure
first before you can do anything else. And this is massive drop points for Palace. Great points earned for Cardiff. They were a bit on the slide.
They needed that bounce back after that ass whooping to United.
But Palace still semi-safe, man. They're 7 points off from the drop. Cardiff is 3 points from the drop. At the bottom of the table, we got Burnley, Fulham, and Huddersfield, 12, 11, and 10 points. So this is still wide open, man. Usually by this time, I think Sunderland a few years ago had like 2 points. At this point in the season.
You knew that year that they were gone.
Yeah, this year you don't know, man. Huddersfield has 10 points. If they win 2 games, all of a sudden they're sitting in 16th. You know what I mean? So it's still wide open at the bottom.
Yo.
Traditionally, the teams at the bottom at Christmas
Stay at the bottom.
stay at the bottom. Except last year, Bournemouth, I think, broke that, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not guaranteed.
One more shot from this game.
Yep.
Stude Wan-Bissaka, man. I want him to get a call up. Now I know there's guys in line, right? Kyle Walker, Alexander Arnold,
Trippier.
maybe even Joe Gomez, Trippier. Man, this guy Wan-Bissaka, I just want to see how it would fit into the English setup. I think he could be part of the new system, maybe going forward. Maybe not now, but 2-3 years, this guy could be part of that.
He's
the
been,
3-line
yeah,
setup.
no, I've been so impressed by this kid. He's like a wall, but he can move. You know, he reminds me a lot. He reminds me a lot of what
but he can move.
He reminds me a lot of what
like
Timothy
us.
Fosu-Mensah was when we first brought Timothy Fosu-Mensah into the fold. Because
what happened to him?
You know what happened?
Yeah.
We loaned him out, but but there was the famous Spurs game where we played. We were playing at home, and up until the 51st minute, it was a deadlock. United looked like the better team. Fosu-Mensah gets axed, or he got injured, or something like that. 3 goals, like legit, instantly, like back to back to back, right after. And I remember watching an episode of Filthy Fellas, and it was like, was Fosu-Mensah the key the entire time? So like Wan-Bissaka's on that track. He just needs to keep. I think he's one of those players that needs another year or 2 at Palace to kind of establish himself. Like if he gets a call up, that's like when he's certified.
Yeah, look, he can. I don't know, man, because Southgate is calling up everyone right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is smart. He's trying to lock down these players to give them caps so that they can't claim other countries.
Just take a look at him.
Wan-Bissaka is eligible for Congo and England. He hasn't made any senior caps for either, but the last couple of years he's been playing for England, so he's looking like he's on that English track. I wouldn't be surprised with Southgate,
Zaha,
man.
bro. So is Willie Zaha.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. I wouldn't be surprised with Southgate giving him a call up. Southgate is a guy who's exploring all the talents, man. He's not going for the typical guys. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yo, one last thing that we didn't mention, the Watford-Chelsea game. Hope Christian Kabasele, hope he heals up soon, man. That was an awkward injury right there. He slid into the post, but like the studs of his heel caught the net, and then like under his armpit.
No, it was a rib injury. They said,
so but it looked like he hurt his back as well because of how he it was so abrupt how he stopped.
Yeah, I think the ribs caught most of the heat. But like, if you ever break a rib, like you feel it in your back because like your whole side is like screwed up. Your ribs are connected to your spine and stuff.
Connected
so they're looking at his back,
hip bone and the rib bone connected to the neck.
Hey man, all I say is don't slide into the post, bro. You got every right to slide.
Hey man showed heart, man. Man showed heart.
By what?
Get better soon, mate. Get better soon. That was a little scary because it was an awkward injury right there.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm just being facetious.
So then tomorrow, Southampton versus West Ham. Look, there's only one dude left for like the NBC Sports betting shit.
You guys need to get on this. The NBC Sports Predictor, man. There's one dude out there who's about to win $50,000. I think he predicted
Southampton.
2-1 Southampton.
Who's been on a roll? I think they've won their last 2.
Yeah,
on that new manager bounce with Hassan Huddle.
So yeah, man, download the NBC Sports Predictor app. They pick 5 games, and then you just predict the score. You don't have to get them all right. The one who gets the most right wins. I think like $800, and then second, third, and
split
fourth,
up 5,000 between top 10.
Exactly, and then the one who gets them all right wins $50,000. So guys, it's something worth doing. If you're an EPL fan, why not, man? And we're obviously not getting paid to plug this, but like with genuine fans. And
I don't know why you just plug, because now more people are going to join. That just lessens our chances.
You know what?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we're going to cut this out of the edit.
Shout outs to... I want West Ham to win this. I want to see Pipe Anderson.
I love Pipe.
Bro, I love him. I want Arnautovic to come back, but he's out for a while. But
Pipe took a little step back from Lazio, but like he's reviving his career.
He was linked with all the big clubs like a few years ago. I remember we were like one of those Louis van Gaal famous signings that we pretty much had it done. ESPN reporting it. It never happened. İlkay Gundogan, the most famous one. We had him. We had him signed. He was about to. They were like, yeah, presentation coming imminently. I'm like, word. I go on Twitter. İlkay Gundogan holding the City jersey.
Grass looks greener over there. And it is, mate. It is.
All right, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it, man. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Zaha to China.
United for the league.